Hello and welcome back to Here We Tow. Well, if you've been following our European tour, we're currently in Sweden. So we've been away now for the best part of probably 5 weeks and I thought it'd be a good time to come to you and talk to you about the electric hookup situation and the cables that we've used. Whilst we've been away, we've only come to 2 sites that have actually needed what I'm going to talk about today, and I'll come to that in a bit, but the 2 socket pin for your adapter for your hookup cable. So out of all the sites that we've been to, the majority of them have taken what I would class as the UK style electric hookup cable. Now the electric hookup cable, as you well know, I'm sure, because you'll be very familiar with it, comes with the 3 pins which basically goes straight into your caravan, straight into the bollard, and that's your hookup and it's all sorted. Obviously when you're away, European countries have something a little bit different sometimes. So even on this site there's a mixture, because up at the top there are some with the 3-pin normal UK adapter. But what I found on our pitch is we've got the 2-pin. So what I want to talk today is about the Maypole product. We've planned and prepared, and we've brought out a spare cable with us just in case we came across any of these problems while we're away. This is the Maypole, and the product code, if you're interested, is MP371B, and they range anywhere between sort of like £7 to £10 ordinarily. But the reason why I've gone for the Maypole one is this video isn't endorsed, sponsored or anything else by Maypole. I just like the products and we've used them quite a lot, so they've got our seal of approval and our trust, so that's why I've gone for the Maypole. Plus, this isn't a product review particularly, but what I want to mention is this. I think is quite important. Can you see that it's actually at a right angle? Quite a few of the others that I saw on eBay, Amazon, everywhere else, that comes out the back and it's quite straight. And what we found whilst we've been away, which I've thought when I looked it up, is that basically the flap normally comes down the back of them, which would, if it came out, put stress on this part of the wire. So I'm really happy that it's got a right angle. So even if you don't go for this particular model, something to be aware of and to look out for. So how does it work? Basically, all you do is, I'll tell you what, let's head back to the caravan and I'll show you exactly how it works. Come on. So here we go, as if by magic, we're back at the caravan. Hopefully out of that wind a little bit, because it's getting a bit breezy out on the front. So what I was talking about was, this is what I class as your usual electric hookup cable. Obviously you've got the 3 pins, which everybody comes to love and expect. Normally what would go into your electric hookup bollard. So that would normally go straight in and everything would be good. However, here it's a little bit different, because as I'll show you now, here we have the 2 pins. So obviously we need something to adapt it so that you'll be able to use this into that. So that's where this comes in. So quite simply, all we need to do is attach this to this, which is basically the male end into the female end. That gives us our adapter and has turned our end now into what we can use here on the continent in Europe, the 2-pin plug. So just going into it a little bit more, the reason why we actually roll out the cable is because if you leave it coiled up in a small ball, tightly wound, if you were to use a few products in your caravan that draws power from the electric, then what's going to happen is basically the electricity is going to go round the coil and it's going to get warm. That's going to potentially melt this outside cable because it is so tightly wound up, and then basically it'll short against each other and potentially could cause a fire. So please, 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 that's why if somebody says to you you've left it coiled up, or if somebody comes and says that something's not right, then please just have a look at it. We always, as we've shown you here, roll it out so that it's all out and it's not tightly packed up together. So that's the first thing that we see. The second thing that's always a good practice whilst you're at the campsite is, with the now extended cable, if you hook that around the bollard, using the bollard as a steady, and then plug your cable in, like so, then what that does is, if somebody was to unfortunately trip on here as they're running along or playing, or you know what kids are like, walking through pitches and things like that, although it's frowned upon, it does happen. If they're to trip on that and to jerk it, it's not going to pull your electric cable out, and if you're out obviously for every length of time, then that potentially could defrost your freezer, your fridge, things like that. So it just stops it from being pulled straight out of the socket and causing damage to either the end or to your caravan if you've got things in there. So that's why we always say roll out your cable, and always best practice is to just wrap it around the bollard so that if it does become a trip hazard, which it shouldn't, because out here they do use black cable, but in the UK it's all orange, so it's pretty easy to be seen. But if somebody does snag on it, then basically that will stop it from being pulled straight out of the bollard and leaving you plunged into darkness, potentially in the middle of the night. So there we go, just a few quick hints and tips as to your electric cable etiquette, if you like, and also whilst you're away, what you're expected to see and things that might help your holiday if you were to come abroad. The electric adapter, so that's the hookup cable adapter, available anywhere online, eBay and Amazon, and other people supply it, not only Maypole, but as I said to you, have a look and just make sure that it's at the right angle, because that's something that I think is quite important. So I hope you've enjoyed that. Thanks very much for watching, and hopefully we'll catch you in the next one. See you soon.